Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a quick look here at Key, seeing what's going on, helping understand best practice and big picture. There's a stark reality we want to talk about here today. We got a pretty big falling wedge pattern here, which kind of started before this bearish pennant pattern, but now the bearish pennant pattern broke down, and we're retesting these most recent highs. That's a really good sign. Okay, so awesome stuff here so far for this coin. And if you are new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. I do love teaching people to trade. I truly hope you can learn something here today. And if you do want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below where you can learn to trade like I do, which is a little more conservative, a little more user-friendly, you could say. Less is more in a lot of ways, but I got some extremely good details there, so be sure to check that out. We also offer trading signals and really awesome community here too. So we took some profits here from Bluezell and Solana. Both those trades hit target 1. We got targets 2 through 5 coming up here soon. Confident we're going to hit that with Bitcoin being back on track. Cool thing is, regardless of what Bitcoin is doing, SelfKey is doing very well, contrary to that. So we always want to pay attention to coins that are moving on their own accord, especially when they're retesting these key level resistances here. So we're just going to talk in round numbers today. Instead of decimal points, I'll just say roughly 5,900 as a rough estimate for a key level resistance. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's kind of where we're coming up to in that sense. And it's definitely looking pretty good here for this coin. Now, I got this request from one of my community members here. I think it was Ame, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I mispronounce that again. But yeah, thank you very much for the request. Definitely happy to help out. And same thing with Satoshi Sancho. We'll go ahead and see what's going on here. So thanks so much for those requests. If you want to join our Discord, Telegram, or Twitter, all links down below. Really cool stuff. Be sure to check that out. I got a lot of cool stuff. So what we want to talk about here is, first of all, just kind of explain the obvious here. First of all, we got this falling wedge pattern, right, which basically confirms lower lows and lower highs in larger time frames, right? And then what it does is essentially breaks out to the upside inevitably. Now, this may not just shoot straight up, right? But if it continues to go sideways, consolidate, break through this initial resistance, we should be able to see a pretty good shape there. We're also going to see an invalidation for this bearish pennant pattern because it already had broken down, so we can disregard that guy as well. But that being said, now, what do we want to pay attention to? Well, the next key level here is this most recent high, roughly at about, once again, I'd say about 5,800 for this one. And the reason why is because that is the most recent high based on one-day candlestick closure. So if you can kind of see that here, we got this 5,800 level where the price action comes up, kind of rejects out here, and then comes back down. So I'd say a solid closure above 5,800 would be good. We can see we retested it here today and haven't officially been able to break through yet. Okay, so a little early, a little premature, but I would say wait for consolidation at this level or higher and we'd be in pretty good shape. I know what you're thinking. Well, if it's going to break through anyways, why not get in right now? Well, we don't truly know it's going to break through yet. Okay, so it's best to be patient. We also want to pay attention here too and look at our TD sequential. We can see we are overextended to the upside. So this coin from bottom to top in the last 9 trading days has increased roughly 23% in that range, right? And now we've got 3 extra days here of overtime without extreme consolidation or enough consolidation. So in truth, this coin is fairly overextended. I wouldn't say it's massively overextended, but we are coming up to a resistance level here at 70 on the RSI. Keep in mind, the reason why this coin is sustaining this kind of continuation is because the money flow index is high. Okay, if we have more money coming into this coin, we have more sustainability. Really, that's just kind of the bottom line. So let's take a look at volume really quick and see. In the last, once again, roughly weeks worth of trading, we've seen a decent amount of volume increasing above this moving average, which is contrary to the previous time frame, right, where the price is coming down. You can see the price is staying below that moving average. Now it's increasing, staying above for the most part. So in truth, this sustainability is there. We do have the most amount of volume accumulation at the current price point. So once again, a break above 5,500 to 5,700 will be extremely solid here. Okay. So we want to see a good couple days of consolidation at this 5,600, 5,700 range. But for right now, it's got good momentum going into that resistance level. There's a decent chance it will continue, but we don't want to assume that it's going to happen because it may not, right? We do have a strong convergence in the MACD here as well, continuing to increase. But to me, this feels like kind of a buying the top situation, even though it could and likely should break through. We don't know yet, right? So again, consolidation at volume, resistance is okay, but once we break through and come back down to retest that level, that's even better. That's what we're looking for. We want to see a break first. So I'd just be a little patient here on this coin. I know it's easy to want to kind of jump in because it's running, but in truth, patience pays off for the most part. Yes, you'll miss some opportunities. Trust me, this could take off and we could miss the boat. I'd much rather miss the boat than get a bad entry though. Okay, so just keep that in mind. There's a lot of different schools of thought there. But we look at the RSI, it's coming back down. It makes sense that we are kind of at this overextended state. I would speculate we're going to potentially see a cup and handle pattern form where the price action comes back down to retest a most recent high, which would be somewhere in this range about 5,200. So to me, a good entry would be right here at this range about 5,200 as a potential long position. In fact, I'll go ahead and set an alert, kind of pay attention to that level, kind of see if we can look at that and reevaluate later. But me, I love buying the most recent highs as the new low once it breaks through that key level. Okay. Other than that, let's see here, taking a quick look at the moving averages, we're above all three, so the trend is definitely ascending. So there's no doubt that this trend is continuing to increase and looking fairly good. Okay. So we're going to pay attention to this, of course. As long as we continue to sustain that trend line, we should be okay. I think within the next few days, if we bounce around here and come up here eventually, that's going to be a case point where we got that confirmation. Or you buy this dip here potentially, and the likelihood of it going up is higher. Just keep in mind, if you're going to take that dip, for example, if I were to, I'd take like a 33% entry or a 50% entry and potentially consider adding to my position later when we hit these lower liquidity levels. Okay. So again, just some schools of thought there. Everyone has different trading strategies, but me, gravitate more towards swing trading. I don't really like having to sit there and watch a chart all day. The stress is not really my thing. And again, after 20 years, gray hairs later, or white hairs for me, right? I effectively make sure to relax and calm down and take trades that are based on what I want to see instead of having to force it, right? A lot of times you can force a trade by sitting there and watching it all day. It's best to just kind of set it, forget it, and effectively give yourself some alerts along the way. Okay, last thing but not least here would be the cloud. We can kind of confirm and see that we are above the cloud here. Truth is the price comes back down here, we'd be below the cloud. It may not be the best entry. So once again, if it comes down to this alert that I set, I'm not just going to blindly jump in. I'm going to reevaluate and consider a trade at that time. That being said, though, we're above the cloud. It's all positive right now, but just keep in mind if we do drop below that, there is a decent chance we might see a bearish divergence and the price could shift gears. So just be mindful of that. But right now it does tell us that if you have a long position open, you should have taken profits by now, which makes sense coming into this key level resistance. It's consolidating. This does look like a nice little consolidation pattern though, because if you see the previous time that it did this here, wicked up, consolidated, wicked down, and then inevitably took off. So if we see that same pattern, it could very well look like this, right? Come down to retest this most recent low, more importantly, the ascending trend, and then break out to the upside. And again, this is the area I'm more interested in taking entry than currently where it's at right now. Again, could take off, miss the boat, that's fine. And there is a decent chance this could continue higher because it does have a lot of bullish momentum too. So larger time frames are telling us it should continue upwards. But in this more macro / micro time frame, this transitionary time frame, it does kind of indicate that we could see a little bit of a pullback before the next leg up. And that's more so where I like to thrive, if you will, as a more so swing trader. So that's roughly where we're at here for SelfKey. I hope this was beneficial and helpful. Let me know if it is. Comment below. If you haven't already, jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. We got some folks coming on over there now. It's really nice. And welcome to all the new members. I mean, goodness gracious, we've got 5 or 10 new people per day coming on over to the server. It's really cool. And thanks again for everyone for jumping on over there and having a good time and helping each other grow. That's the whole point, right? We want to learn together, grow together, and become better traders, however that looks. Okay? All right, that's all I got for you. Very last thing too, you want to become a better trader again, CryptoCash.tech is a site. I do offer trading signals. Bear in mind, we recently took, just a couple days ago, Bluezell and Solana. We took those trades here recently, took some profits quick time, but those are still waiting for further increase. We got multiple profit targets there available. This one is going to go on the list here potentially soon if we can get down to that lower level that I'm looking for. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you soon.